Um, oh, pray return. Got it. Are we approaching setting up the better part of Stormblood storylines? I am good. I mean, it's Sunday, but otherwise I'm good. Sunday means tomorrow is Monday, and that's not good. It's peak spooky season, so that's good. I've heard the glad tidings from Ogamoro, my friends. By the grace of the 12 and your most valiant efforts, the people of Liminsa may rest easy. I should like to think so, yes. Though we failed to prevent the Lord of Crags from manifesting, we did succeed in weakening him, enabling our friend to dispatch him before the Warriors of Darkness could make matters even worse. 'Twas by no means an unmitigated success, but it will have to suffice. Then let us speak of another matter, one which weigheth heavy on my lady's mind. As thou didst request, I sought out the Gurun oracles, that we might better understand the aims of the Warriors of Darkness. Though their copious use of allegory defieth any single interpretation, the oracles paint a most disturbing picture, one of worlds parallel to our own, apart yet linked, reduced to ruin with every umbral calamity. 7 times have they succeeded. Then of 10 and 3 only 6 worlds remain. Aye. All as his lady Minfilia spake unto thee. Spake? Is that even a word? Oriaja, are you just making words up now? As for what becometh of these reflections when they and the source are rejoined, frail flesh undone in umbral fires each soul surrendereth to her call, to flow unto the endless sea, there to endure as one and none. Then if the Warriors of Darkness succeed, everyone in their world will die? In essence, aye. The verse speaketh of the renunciation of the flesh and subsequent return to the life stream. However, this fate may yet be preferable to the alternative, for if the first were to fall to transcendent light in the manner the Warriors of Darkness described, it would give way unto a void where none may know either life or death. Far better to die, they reason, for in death there is life. The essence of a soul which returneth unto the source may be born anew. Saved. Such at least is their belief, I surmise. That is true, then. Gods! No one should ever have to make such a choice. Now we speak further on the subject, I would share with thee another recent discovery. It would seem that several sizable shipments of crystals have been delivered into the hands of certain Alamigan parties. Strange. You believe this to be the work of the same Ishgardian smugglers who supplied the beast tribes? I know beyond a shadow of a doubt. Unless you wonder at their motive, I would remind you that the Asians did once attempt to bring about the summoning of Relgar. The individuals who took receipt of these shipments are refugees belonging to a group devoted to the cause of Alamigan liberation. It may also interest thee to know that their Ishgardian suppliers appear to be none other than the remnants of Valine Royale's network of spies. Surely you jest, yet it is not so surprising. Bereft of leadership and hunted by the Alliance, I can well imagine such villains being desperate enough to conspire with the Ascians, assuming they even know or care who their known employers are. All of which is irrelevant. Forgive me. You must seek out the resistance group which received the crystals without delay. Encore, Alice? Will you come with me to Alamigo? Sure, let's go. Yes, of course. I should like to hear what they have to say for themselves, firsthand. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal. Alfino, Alice, Archon, are you three listening? Good, I have tidings. The Temple Knights raided the smuggler's warehouse less than an hour ago. A cursory interrogation of the prisoners yielded confirmation that they were in the employ of, and I hope you're sitting down, a man in black robes. You have them? And the crystals too. What for you remained, I? Regrettably, it would seem they dispatched one final shipment in the hours before we struck. It's bound for Little Alamigo, we are told, where it will be received by members of a local resistance group. Since the Remark's men no longer have need of my services, I have a mind to head that way. As do we, by happy coincidence. We learned of the shipments but a few moments ago. And there I was thinking I might finally be one step ahead of the Warrior of Light and his little helpers. Was that an elf joke? Are they my little elves? Am I Santa? Oh, wait a moment. There's more. And I defy you not to be surprised by this revelation. The leader of the Guardian smugglers was formerly in the employ of one Eileen Royale. The infamous Ivy herself knew that already. Once again, Thancred, I fear I must inform you that... Thancred, with whom else have you shared this information? About the smugglers? No one. As I think I mentioned, the raid was less than an hour ago. I was planning to contact Y'shtola next, but is there someone else you would have me notify first? No, there isn't. Alice would just like to know why Oriange already knows. The world has gotten into her. It's not twice that we have sought Oriange's aid. Twice she has treated him as if he were a stranger. The Archon was one of the grandfather's most dedicated pupils. Spent as much time as the Levelure estate as we did. He's practically a member of the family. Truth be told, I struggle to recall a day from my childhood when I did not see the three of them laughing together. If this continues, I may have to raise the matter. Later, though. Little Alamigo awaits. What you been up to? I will get to the bottom of this. Oh, forgive me. It had been a long day. Did you have something to say? Anjay? Oh, I've always struggled to understand what's going on in his head. Now more than ever. Listen, Archon, if anything should happen, it should be me who... Just know that I'm prepared to do what must be done. Right then, to more pressing matters. Since we have no idea when Thancred might arrive, I suggest we see what information we can gather in his absence. So, to review, we are reliably informed that the members of the Olivegan Resistance operating here have taken receipt of several large shipments of crystals, our task being to ascertain who and why. Given the size of the settlement, I find it hard to believe that anyone here could be wholly unaware of the Resistance's movements. The challenge, of course, will be finding individuals who are both able and willing to share such information with outsiders. It would seem sensible to divide our sources. Archon, why don't you question the residents in the eastern half of town? Alice and I will do the same in the west, and Afterwards, we can rendezvous here and to share our findings. Yeah. You guys do remember that I'm like buddy-buddy with half this town, right? Let me guess. Come to join the fight, have you? No need to deny it, friend. You're not the first to answer the Griffin's call. While he's lit a fire in every Alamigan's heart, he's also inspired more than a few old dons to pledge themselves to the cause. And little wonder. The Garleans won't stop until we're all under the yoke. I think it might involve someone called the Griffin. Let's see. I see you there. Going around asking questions. Looking for the Griffin in his lot, I'll bet. Seems to talk a little Alamiga these days. Folk wondering what he's about, what he's got in store for the Garleans, and what's under that mask of his, of course. Some say he's hardly got a face, what with all the scars. Others reckon he's been marked for death by the Empire, and that they'd send a bloody legion if they knew he was here. I guess this is as good as mine. Is the last one like up? Yep. A resistance? Damn it if I know. It's not as if I'd been used to them. Should store by all these tales of secret weapons. Good luck to you. But I'm too old for the mass bedtime stories. This is our lot. This time we got used to it. You find anything out? Suppose I should ask you what you learned, but I think I already know. This Griffin seems to be the leader of a newly formed faction within the Resistance, the Masks. Despite their growing popularity, no one seems to know much about them. Only that the most aggressively militant group to join the movement in recent memory. Indeed, many claim their commitment to the cause of Alamigo liberation is unrivaled. We can but hope their revolutionary fervor is never channeled in the direction of a primal. Though I feel confident that this is the group which received the crystal shipments, we yet lack proof. Before taking any action, I would speak with the settlement's leader to confirm my suspicions. And mayhap enlist his help while I am about it. Given that you and Gundebald are already acquainted, mayhap it would be best if you took the lead. Shall we? I did kind of already say maybe let me do this because I already know everybody here, but, you know, sure. Sure, I'll go talk to Gundebald. Much as it pleases me to see you again, Archon, I can't help but wonder if I should be worried. I hear you and yours have been asking questions. The Griffin? Aye, I know of him. As do we all. He and his mass had become a leading faction within the Resistance. Though there was suspicion at first, given his secretive ways, he quickly proved himself a charismatic and capable leader. Men are drawn to his passion and his vision. They truly believe that he has what it takes to lead them to victory. Even I cannot help but admire the man for what he's accomplished, but not forgotten Wilrid. He was blind to the danger of his ambitions, and you were not. The Griffin will soon deliver a speech to our people at the sunken temple of Karm. Go and see him with your own eyes. Weigh his words with your own heart. Not convenient. It is a pity Thancred is not here to join us. You two go on ahead. I shall stay behind and wait for him. Biddy Buck says he's waiting there for us. Gotta remember, Thancred has his PhD in spycraft. Not joking, that's actually his PhD. Still. Ah. Okay, Alfie, what's up? It should be gone already. I hear voices coming from within. Oh, bloody hell.
Brothers and sisters, 20 years ago, Alamigo, our home, was claimed by the Garlean Empire. Our haste to overthrow the King of Ruin, we turned a blind eye to our foes in the north. With our glorious revolution, we but laid a path for a new tyrant to succeed the old. And when confronted with our failure, we fled. Not a day goes by that I do not think of those we left behind. Think of them and feel ashamed. And I know each and every one of you feels the same.
I don't.
We abandoned them, our own flesh and blood, to labor till their backs gave in and their breath gave out, building the twisted steel ramparts which now mar our once majestic mountains.
That might just be your first clue at who he is.
We abandoned them, the brave and true, to
We can
fight
see a
and die
jawline.
for their country, or worse, to be conscripted and sent off to rob another poor bastard of his home. We abandoned them, the meek and powerless, to bow and scrape when the Garleans pass, to sully themselves that they might live to see another day of misery. The Black Wolf may be dead, but a new Imperial Viceroy reigns in Alamigo now. A beast, not a fraction as merciful. You all know the Eorzean Alliance will do naught to oppose him. For all their promises and platitudes, they will not act if there's no profit in it. Only we can free our brothers and sisters from the Empire's tyranny, my friends. Only we have the courage to stand and fight.
Only you, huh?
They have imprisoned us. They have enslaved us. And they have murdered us. But no more! Blood demands blood, and the Garleans shall pay for every drop they have spilt upon our lands.
Blood for the Blood God? Skull for the Skull Throne.
This I promise you, for we have a power within us, my friends. A power befitting our pride, our righteousness. Only join us, and we shall grant you the means to unleash it, and together we shall see the Alamigan standard raised over the mountains of Gia Arbania once more!
Whatever you say, buddy.
A power befitting their pride. Not at all ominous, that. Wait, is that...
Oh, hi.
What are you two doing here?
What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same thing.
You've been missing for like months. We've been looking for you.
Well, well, this is quite the surprise.
If you see what I see, if you feel as I feel...
Might I suggest we continue this conversation in more agreeable surroundings?
Maybe.
Strength of arms that will win this battle, but strength
Where have you been? We thought you were dead, or worse, expelled. Words cannot express how glad I am to see both of you alive and well. You? Though it was pretty obvious you and Archon would be fine. Crystal Braves never had a realistic chance of capturing any of the Scions, divided as they were and distrusted by the better part of Eorzea. But if you truly believe that, forgive me, what exactly you two been doing all this time? Paying a favor. After the banquet, we had no choice but to fill the altar. And not have been able to do so without the aid of some old friends from the Resistance. That's right. They smuggled us out of the city and sheltered us in Little Alamigo, all at great risk to themselves. Obviously, we couldn't let that go unacknowledged, so we offered to help them out with their operations for a while. When we learned of the Scion's exoneration, that Lolorito had severed all ties with the Crystal Blades, and that General Rabon has been reinstated, we resolved to make contact. But having long since discarded our link pearls as a precautionary measure, our options were rather limited. To make matters more complicated, we were embroiled in a delicate operation at the time, leaving me with little choice but to entrust a letter to a courier. I gather from your puzzled expressions, however, that you never received it? To be honest, we thought this might happen. While the masks are happy to let the refugees spread the word within the community, they're pretty strict about communicating with outsiders. No, we also heard a rumor that the Griffin doesn't want us meddling in his affairs. Griffin mistrusts the signs of the Seventh Dawn. Curious. It is well known that we're no friends to Garlemald. One would think the man he saw beseeching all and sundry to join his cause would welcome our support. I should say that the man you saw was not, in fact, the Griffin, but an impersonator, and a talented rebel-rouser to boot. It would not surprise me if he were responsible for the majority of these public appearances. As you may have gathered, the Griffin is an extremely cautious and distrusting man who has made every effort to conceal his identity. Even when we participated in a raid under his direct command, we were not permitted to approach him. It's hard to know what to make of it all. Secrecy, the impersonators, the masks. Right. It's not as if I'm making all of you wear one, and mine only covers half my face. It's completely different. Anyway, when we heard the Griffin was due to give a speech, we thought it might be a good opportunity to get a better sense of the man behind the, get a better sense of the man. All the good it did. Now you have heard the whole of it, but tell me, what prompted you to take an interest in the Griffin? Summoning? You're not serious. Can't believe it. Resistance would never entertain such a ridiculous plan, but the Griffin... Well, the man is an enigma. Cannot say with any confidence what he would or would not do. What I can say, however, is that the speech we heard today was not the first to make reference to a power capable of defeating the Empire. The masks have made many such claims of late. I confess I had assumed it to be mere bluster. But in the context of the shipments of which you spoke, it is not impossible that they are alluding to a primal. Whatever it is, we'll find out together. And if anyone tries to stop us, they'll answer to me. Indeed, that is, assuming you'll have us. Well, I'm still kind of annoyed that you've just been vanishing on me for ages, but sure.